what's going on?
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action.
Once the boat was back in the water, we decided to spend a little bit of alone time over at Kayak Point, where there was just absolutely nobody. We didn't have to share the beach with anyone, and it was just us for a little bit, and it was really, really nice just to spend that little bit of time together before we went back over to the jetty to see friends and family.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect little sandy spot for him.
Yeah. Our spot. Side hill.
We'll video the whole process and on the next one.
Yeah.
Since this is the first one.
It's been a while, honestly, so I gotta remember.
I've never done this before.
Yeah. Oh. There we go. So that blackened a little. Oh, that's solid. Look at this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would. All right, so we're gonna show you a little grill cheese maker that we had one of these growing up, and they're freaking awesome. So what it is, it's 2 cast iron square pieces, grilled cheese. That's pretty self-explanatory. I can explain how to make grilled cheese to you, but little fire with some nice coals. What it basically does is it pinches them together. You put the bread, cheese. We're gonna do like ham, jalapenos, all sorts of, like, church it up a little bit, but we're gonna do the grilled cheese for kids first, and it pinches it down, makes like a cheese pocket. It's super freaking good. So yeah, I'm gonna show you that for those who haven't seen one of these. These things are kind of old school, and I just found one. I was talking about these a while ago to Steph, and I haven't seen one, and I just found them at Walmart. Actually, they were just, I was walking by and saw them. I was like, oh yeah, for sure, for the boat. So I'm gonna show that right now. A little butter. Like butter. And bread. And this is some pretty small bread. I mean,
Sorry.
some pretty small bread, but
They fit perfect.
they fit pretty good. Yeah, if you get normal, like bigger bread, like we have another loaf that's slightly bigger, it actually pinches the crust off, or like takes the crust and smashes it down, which is nice. Yeah.
How do you spell axe?
A-X-E.
And you spell S. A-X-E.
Some cheese on there.
What double X-E?
Cool.
Dad going the extra mile and putting more cheese on there.
Extra cheese. Oh. What? The cooking tutorial. Redneck style. Uh-oh.
That's tiny bread.
There we go.
You can thank Mima for that.
Yeah, me my butt tiny bread. But it was free tiny bread,
Yeah.
so. All right, and so you smoosh it together like that.
Hi, Smushy.
Scrape this off. Feed it to the birds, whatever you want to do with it.
Blow on the file.
Throw
No,
on fire.
birdie.
And just set this guy right in here.
I
I feel like an infomercial. Okay, so
What does it look like?
looks like a sandwich.
It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's done.
I'd say it's probably done, honestly.
It's gonna burn if you don't.
Yeah. And I will say with these, there's like a fine line between toasty, like on a stove, you can
I
go,
know how to eat.
hold on, bud. There's a fine line between just a little bit longer. On this thing, it's like a little longer, and then it'll smoke the whole thing.
Yeah.
So. This is my life like this. Get out. Get. What's going on?
I can't help you. I've got
There we go.
Okay. Lance.
And look at that. That is a grilled cheese pocket.
Beautiful.
Professional. That'll be $6.50. You want me to just put it on your tab? It's alright. I don't think it's a hike. I think it's like a walk. Yeah, there you go, Dean. All stretched out. This is Bobby.
I don't know how to help find it.
Like it's gonna just be walk around the trails.
Yeah. What way do we go? That's confusing.
I want to go that way because there's a bridge.
Interpretive trail.
So can we just go this way and go to the falls and it's a shorter walk?
I know, that's what I'm wondering. It's like
We already have walked a mile.
I can hear the falls right now.
I know, I can too. The water's going this way. The falls don't go. My gut tells me to go this way. Go.
That's the way I want to go. Mama, look at the water.
Yeah.
Are Is there salmon around here?
Not. I think that creek is too small.
Maybe that's what it is.
It said a loop, so
You did say loop?
yeah.
Maybe they just want you to start this way. Okay. Loop. Loop. Oh, look, okay, that looks better now. They're not much clearer. Then if we go downstream, we'll see more. Pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's pretty. They're very loud. Look at that! Wow! Yeah, I know. I was wondering the same thing.
Tuck up so you don't get hurt.
You'd better not fall. Okay, we're leaving Port Ludlow now. We didn't film a lot here because we just needed some time to relax from all the crazy, but we're headed to Port Townsend to stay there for a couple of days so that we can cross the strait again to get back to the San Juans. So I'll probably video a little bit, but I don't think there's supposed to be any wind. This is a short trip anyways.
Spars.
It's really pretty.
Really cool. Alright, so the freaking dinghy died on the way in. I think it's a clogged filter. We're getting fuel, but or we're getting spark, we're not getting fuel.
What?
Piece of crap. Okay.
Died right as we were coming in.
I guess I didn't need it. It always fucking dies right now. I didn't need to take that off. There it is. I have a spare filter on the boat. Got screwdrivers on the boat.
But it died right over there.
Yeah, so that shit doesn't help us when we're here. So for like last summer. So it hasn't run there that long for it to glue itself. Prime it and see if we got fuel coming out too. That's what I can say.
That's gross.
So I was priming the bulb.
Stop running.
God damn. Oh, usually I can stop before it hits me.
Well, why are you following me?
Okay. So this is the other thing to check is I was making sure the bulb felt spongy. So I was making sure it didn't have an error. God, that's what I know. The priming bulb's sucking. If there's an air leak in your pickup or something and it sucks air, it won't prime.
Are you gonna annoy me?
Might get clogged yet.
Is that the carb?
Yeah. You can knock what's loose out of that carb. Put some seafoam shit in here. Yeah, the other culprit could be there's water in there and we're just trying to burn water, which you can't burn water.
Yeah.
Dad, can we do it now?
No, honey.
No, I'm still trying to figure it out. We might have to roll back, guys. Yeah, I actually would pull the carb off now, but I don't have the 10 mil. I need to buy a socket set for this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, the bulb's feeling better. That's weird. The bulb was feeling squishy before, which was really weird. This is the time to go. Just go. Go, Dean. Go, 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 go.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get back?
never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more.
Right, so we made it back to the boat. I didn't explain a whole lot because we were kind of at the dinghy dock and not sure if we were supposed to be at that. We kind of just saw dinghies there and threw it there, so we didn't want to bring a whole lot of attention. But yeah, we were idling in and it just fucking died. And so it'd start back up, run for a second like it was running out of fuel, and then die. So I thought it was a filter, so we were going in town to get groceries. I got a filter while I was in town, and a little screwdriver to do it. Still didn't work. So if you saw in the video there, basically as long as it's firing up, you probably have spark on a 2-stroke. So it's pretty simple. It was firing up clean and then it would die like it was running out. So blew through the lines, everything seemed fine. We had a fuel pump issue with it the other day where the fuel pump gasket leaked, which sucked because that fuel pump gasket was only a couple weeks old. So that was a bummer. And so, but I had extras, so I fixed it. So that was like 2 weeks ago. And so it died, same thing as like, doesn't die when we come back to the boat, it dies when we're off. And so, anywho, if you saw me in the video with the hammer, if you haven't taken a carb apart before, the fuel bowl all goes into the carb at the bottom and then shoots up on these side drafts, comes up through the bottom. And so if it lodges dirt or something in there, you can smack it. That wasn't like an angry, like, fuck this thing. That was like, you smack it and the dirt can fall out. That's like your last ditch. So I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna pull the carb apart. I've had it apart a month or two ago and it was pretty clean, but we'll see. It must suck some stuff. So I got a new filter on there. I'll clean the engine side filter too, and then thanks, fuckhead. I'll clean the engine side filter too, but it's probably, I'm gonna pull the carb apart and I'm gonna show that actually now for anyone who hasn't. So these carbs, fuel issues, outboards, they plague for sure. Whether it's water and fuel, so it's either water in the freaking tank or that. The one thing with water that's nice is you can put a like a hand pump or a sucker pump at the bottom of the tank. Water sits at the bottom, so sometimes I'll pump the bottom just to make sure. Usually pull stuff out. I will be sticking a Raycor on the dinghy, an actual fuel water fill separator. It's a super good upgrade for little dinghies to separate water, because then you can visually see when you have water in there and just drain it. I haven't done that. Hold on, we're riding the bull. People in fucking moorings don't give a fuck around here. Wake your ass. Always a little freaking fishing boats too. Little freaking speedboat, little mosquitoes freaking running around. Anyways, yeah, so that's a little tip. The water always goes to the bottom. You pump it periodically if you're not, or put a spin on, and that's what I'm gonna do. But we're actually going to, before we head south, we're gonna probably be getting a new dinghy, so we'll see. So that's why I haven't done it yet. But if anyone has water issues, just put a spin on in line, and it's a super nice little upgrade. So anyway, I'll pump that too, but I'm gonna kind of go through how to pull a carb apart. For anyone who hasn't seen it, they're super simple. If you have a really old outboard, it wouldn't hurt to get a gasket kit, because you might rip some when you take it apart. This one's been apart, so I know, and most of it's O-ring, so I know I can pull it apart and put it back together with the gaskets on there. So this is a good one just to do if your motor is running good. It sucks when it happens like this. So I've had this one cleaned apart before, so he must have got some bad crap or something sucked up. So we're gonna check it out now and see, and you will see water in there too if there's a water issue. So I'm gonna jump into that now and show you how that looks. Dude, I am fucking sick of being rolled. I'm so glad we're leaving tomorrow. I'm just fucking sick of it. And then what I wanted to see here is actually, let's see if how good this camera is. And this is why I don't turn it upside down. Okay, so what you look, you can kind of see that little outline. It's not a weird reflection. You can actually see it moving. That's water. I don't know if you can see in that video camera. So see that? Yeah. So that's why I don't drain it and drain it and then flip it upside down. It's easier that way for sure. A lot of dirt in here. That's interesting. And then I'll blow everything out too. A really good thing to do is if you're in like a shop is an air compressor mainly, but if you're on a boat, any aerosol can, I'll blow them out with WD-40 or whatever. Any aerosol you have that's got a fine stream and a straw, you can shove down in these ports. If you don't have an air compressor, and just shoot off. If you're at home doing this, or you have a shop or anything, or garage and air compressor, just go through ice, just blow everything out completely. So yeah, so that's like, it's either dirt or it's water. It's starting to lean towards water. So that sucks. All right, so she's back together. Nothing super exciting. Blew it out, and yeah, everything was fine. So whatever it was, I think it cleared. Or water does some weird stuff too. If there is water in there, it can slosh just enough where it breaks it up a little, and then you run just until you get away from the boat, and then it dies again. So it could be water. Water's a really bad one. So not bad in sense of fix is easy, but bad in sense of it'll make you freaking crazy before you figure it out. Okay, let's see if we get her a couple pulls. Come on, girl. Smoky, bitch. Wow, that is smoking. Running. I forgot to turn the key on, so I just pulled the cylinder for a smoke, so it'll clear out. But yeah, it looks like no leaks. And then what I'll do is I'm going to set this down and let it start separating and see. Well, you can already see it a little bit here that the water in the bottom. So yeah, that'll just kind of show us for sure. But yeah, I think we got some bad gas. So it's another day in boat life. All right, took old Dinky for a rip. Looks like she's doing good. Heading into town now. So yeah, that's all I got in that one. I think we just had some water in there, so probably got some bad gas, or I don't know, where water gets everywhere this time of year. So anyways, that's all I got on that. The carb's cleaned, water's gone. Hopefully this thing runs good for a while, so I don't have to sink the outboard. All right, bye.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make